Should be recording now. Here we are on board with Danny Normandake at the helm.
Apparently at the helm.
So this is what a modern trawler looks like inside. Can't see a ship's wheel anywhere.
We have a wheel here. We have a wheel,
yeah.
But if you notice it's facing the wrong way around. So you'd have to do it like that, but you wouldn't, because that's superseded by tillers now.
Right.
So there's one of these at each side of the boat, and then there's one at the back of the wheelhouse. There's a rudder indicator up here just so you can see.
Yeah.
And this is your controls for going forwards and going backwards off head and astern. These are, and this is for pitch. This is to engage your propeller and disengage your propeller, because it's a variable pitch propeller, it's not a fixed pitch. And if you see the back of the boat there, the back of the wheelhouse, you've got the same situation, the same setup there, look. The two handles and the joystick for steering the boat.
Right.
So it's the same. So whenever you're moving the boat in port, you've got controls all the way around.
It's all driven by electricity basically, there's
yes.
Cables or anything.
And you've got an autopilot here for when we're at sea. So you just steer the boat with this little wheel here when we're out at sea. Just runs off that there.
That's your salt for your fish and chips.
Yes, exactly. Yes, yeah.
So you spend a lot of hours in these chairs by the looks of them.
A lot of hours. 20-hour days. Yeah, usually 20-hour days. And if you're on a good fishing, then sometimes you could be there for 48 hours or more.
I know these are sort of sprung against the rough seas, or
no, they're not. No, they're not spring-loaded. You've just got to hang on.
Looks like, yeah, you've been hanging on there with the tape.
Yeah. We actually, in January this year, we did take a couple of big rolls when we left port, and this panel did fall off, and the chair actually did end up on the floor. Yes, so we have had a few rough days this winter.
How old is the boat actually?
Built in 95.
Mm-hmm.
So it was built in 95 at Bucky.
So
But she was built for fishing. She was one of the early boats for the deep water on the west coast, when they started fishing in 300 and 400 fathoms. She was built for that, and she's really beamy. The boat's got a lot of beam and a lot of draft to her, and she was built just for that job when they first started the deep water. She's a cracking boat, really good sea boat. You never have to worry in it, no matter what the weather's like. When you're fishing in the, if you're fishing north of Shetland or across to Norway, I mean, it's just a stable platform.
Right.
And what this boat does have, it's not so modern now, but it is still modern. It's got a system in called auto trawl. So as the boat goes up on a wave, the winches automatically pay out, and when you come down on a wave, it winds it back in again. So your winches, your net's always on the bottom, your trawl doors are always on the bottom, just everything just pays out, heaves in and out, and it's very, very efficient.
Wow.
And when you're turning, it will pay one side out and heave one side in, so your net's square all the time as you're turning. And if you get your net stuck on an obstruction or anything like that, it will pay out until it frees itself, and then once it's freed itself, it will just heave in and level itself out again. It's a very good system.
Wow.
It's
pretty high tech.
It's very high tech, yes. And that's it. I don't know if you can see the little joysticks, the two joysticks. This is for the auto trawl. So you can just pull these handles and the big winches will heave in. And that's to pay them out, and that's to heave them in. And we can work the speed of the winches from here as well. And on this screen here, this is CCTV, so you can see the net drums beneath the deck, so you can see when your nets are coming in and such. And as you can see, the windows here are cut out, so you can actually see the winches all the time. You can see what's going on with the winches. Yes, so you get a good all-round view of everything that's going on.
What is the size of the net and how long is it?
That is 200 feet from one side of the net to the other. So on that net, when we pay that net out, there's 200 foot of trawl, and then there is 200 meters of chain going to the net, and then when you get to the end of the 200 meters of chain, it connects to the trawl doors, and then depending on whereabouts we are, if we're fishing off Norway, we'll maybe shoot up to 200 fathoms. So I don't know. We'll shoot maybe, depending if we're in the really deep water, we'll shoot up to 500 fathom wire out. So that's an awful lot of wire, and it's an awful lot of chain. But that net is for when we're doing on not hard ground, but not soft ground. It's more for shady ground.
What sort of fish are you looking for then with that?
With that one, we tend to get we get a lot of cod and a lot of monkfish. We get pollock and coley with it as well. But that's one that we shoot when we're in the Norwegian sector quite a lot. And it's a nice easy net to tow, and it's got quite a lot of lift on it as well. So you do get some nice stuff with that one. It's a good fishing net.
Do you have to repair it often at sea as well?
If we have to repair it, then it's a sad day. No, we don't bust it very often. Yeah. To be fair, it doesn't get torn very often. And that net's been on a year, and I think it's only ever been repaired twice. Wow. So we wouldn't put that out anywhere where we think we're going to damage it. That net's for more softer ground.
Do you carry a spare though, in case you had?
We have 2 nets been on the deck below, and they are. One of them's for really hard ground. That's for shady ground. Then we have one for just working in the soft all the time. So we have one for every sort of eventuality aboard of the boat.
Brilliant. And then just coming back to the sort of main controls and things here. So this is all flat screens and computers.
It is. What we have here, there's no power to it at the moment, but this is a radar. This is a modern radar. This is a modern sounder. That's an old-fashioned sounder. That's probably 20 years old is that one, but now they're all black box, what they call black box. But they still all have the big boxes with them, but they're just hidden away these days. I mean, that's just a normal PC, which drives just a normal computer. But all of our charts now are electronic charts on flat screen computers. Again, the next one on, just more of the same thing. It is all flat screen, as you say, but it's all hidden away.
Are they reasonably reliable? Because most home computers you have to reset every now and again and upgrade and things.
Maybe. It depends how many charts you try to load onto them. If you try and put 20 or 30 charts on all at the same time, it will overload them and they will shut down. Then you've just got to turn it off and turn it on again, and it will work again after that. But that's pretty normal, I think.
Do you have any backup equipment if all your electrics fail? Do you a sextant or a compass, a magnetic compass, anything like that?
We have paper charts still. We still carry paper charts, and we have a compass. There's a compass there, look. You've got a compass and, as I say, paper charts. We've still got the little GPSs which will work off the emergency batteries, so you've always got a position of where you are. So yes, you've got that.
And your telephones here, are they the radio telephones back to shore?
Yeah, we've got normal ones there, then we've got a normal telephone there, and then we have another normal hands-free telephone there, and we've got an old-fashioned telex system as well. If everything else fails, you can send a telex, and that's a printer for anything coming back off a telex. What we have a new system called EC, which has only been out maybe 5 years, and it's this one here. And this is internet for the boat. Oh. So the entire boat is Wi-Fi. So when you come aboard, if you set up your telephone or your iPad to it, you've just got modern technology, and you can Skype your wife at home, or you can FaceTime your wife at home if you've got an iPhone.
Brilliant. We
employ a few Filipinos on board the boat, and they just talk to their wives back at home in the Philippines on Skype.
Wow.
So it's all the modern comms, it is, yeah.
And do mobile phones work at sea as well? Or?
They will do, provided you do WhatsApp, or if you do a WhatsApp call it will work, or Viber calls will work. But you won't be able to do a normal telephone call. It'll have to be internet based.
So it's through a satellite dish on the top
link,
here, is
yes.
it? Right.
If we have to go back to using these old radios, it's it's not good.
That's like a VHF sort of system or something.
Is, yes. Yeah. I mean, there's a VHF system here as well. That's one. That's a VHF. That's a VHF. There's another one at the back there, but we're very, very. The only time we ever use them is if we're coming into the harbour and you're needing to call the harbour office, harbour tower. No other time does it ever get used now. You don't use them to talk to other boats at sea because you just use WhatsApp or Viber, or you don't need to. You can get a link call to, or it's not even a link call. You can just get a Viber call or a WhatsApp call through the internet system on the boat.
That must have changed massively from when you first started fishing. Then
It's changed humongously. Yes, yeah. When we first when we first started at sea, it was VHF, and that was it. And then you did start to get Vodafone came in, and that would work up to maybe 20 miles offshore, but that's when it was an analogue one. But then they brought it in as digital, and as soon as they brought digital in, it went up to about 7 miles, 8 miles, and that just cut that up. So it's just no use after that. Yes.
Would we be able to have a little look around the rest of the boat?
Yeah, come along, yeah.